Yo guys, welcome back to this Block Unbox. Welcome back to another vid. I haven't done an upload in a while because I was actually a bit sick, but now I'm better. And we got a lot of crap to show you. So the first off here is going to be the Galaxy Watch 8 versus the number 4 review. And after resetting my number 4, yeah, it works fine. The battery's working fine. It connects to the phone fine. It's just not connected now since that's connected. But we have the number 8 here. I mean, the PS5 setup has been moved next to the filming area, so that's pretty cool as well. And we also got the watch chargers there, and the JBL Micro Wireless also came, so we can do a review on that after this, and a couple of base test shorts with the Watch 8. Alright, so let's get into it. So this is going to be the number 4 versus the number 8. So this is the 40mm Bluetooth graphite, and this is the 44mm Bluetooth silver. So if I just get the boxes out of here. So the boxes is that the number 4 one is much longer, but the number 8 one is a bit wider and also like almost double the height. Not really double the height, but like maybe a good 50% more taller. So let's get the boxes out of here and let's get the watches. So they're pretty different when it comes to like their size and stuff and their shape, because the number 4 has obviously the classical Samsung circular design, whereas the Watch 8 has the new squircle design, which honestly, after using it, because I got it yesterday, after using it today to sleep and actually have been wearing it and going out and stuff, it's pretty freaking comfortable, and I honestly like the design. It's pretty cool. Then we have the bands, which since this is the 44mm, they are bigger, but the difference is between with these bands, they got the new push lock system. They don't move. They're not just locked into there and then the band can move. There's this actual hinge part on the 4 moves. So honestly, I have been wearing the 4 for many years with sleep and it's very comfortable, but the 8 is even more comfortable. Maybe because this keeps on moving and stuff, but it's a pretty good design change. I don't mind it. Yeah, this is let's turn them on. Turn on. Okay, there we go. They both keep on randomly connecting and disconnecting to my phone. So, let me just connect the number 8 here, because that's the main one. But anyways, these are both of the watches. As you can see, if I can get a bit closer, the screen difference is that obviously the Watch 8 is much bigger. This is 1.2 inches versus 1.5. And it's also a bit smoother thanks to the W1000 processor. So that's the 8 and that's the 4. So they don't seem too much difference on the home screen, but we're going to be doing a couple of app tests here. All right, let's go. So the first app that we are going to try is the internet. We're going to see which one can load up YouTube faster and how good they are for playing an actual video. Then we're gonna do YouTube music if I have internet on this, and then we can try out some songs. If not, I'll just use the offline ones to test out the speaker, and then we'll talk about some of the health features and then how comfortable they are on my wrist. Okay, so let's start with the internet. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, they were both open on YouTube, and both of them actually stayed in the RAM, which is very cool. We got Donald Trump here, brother. Let's just clear all of the tabs so it's very fair. Okay, that's all closed. That's all closed. So this has 16 gigabytes of RAM, 1.5, sorry, not 16 gigabytes of RAM. It's not a flagship phone here. It's like a freaking 5-year-old smartwatch. It's got 1.5 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of storage, whereas the 8 has 2 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of storage. The processor in this is the Exynos W920, which is maximum clock speed is 1.18 gigahertz. It's a dual-core processor, and yeah, it's pretty decent, but isn't very powerful in today's standards. Whereas this guy has a big little architecture, so it has 1 performance core at 1.6 gigahertz, and then 4 efficiency cores at 1.5 gigahertz. So it's a 5-core processor, and it's a W1000, so it's obviously a decent amount more powerful. All right, enough yapping. Let's get into the speed test here. Okay, so to actually open the internet, the 8 was definitely faster with that. Let's go into YouTube here. 3, 2, 1. Okay, and looks like the 8 is a bit faster. Yep, the 8 is Ooh, the 8 is much faster than the 4 when it comes to loading up YouTube. which is pretty cool, but the 4 actually still can do YouTube, which is not bad despite its age. Okay, let's search something on both. So this is gonna be a bit of a pain, especially with the small screen. All right, let's start with the 4. Let's search base block and box. Yeah, you can see this keyboard is quite a pain here. It is very small on the 40mm, especially that this watch, the number 4, has chunky bezels. So even if like the actual body isn't that small, but then the screen is tiny because of its nice chunky bezels. All right, we got it. Okay, it's loading, and yeah, there's a channel right there. And yep, it actually did load it, so we can go on to there. Now, I'm not signed in, so we can't subscribe, so that sucks, but let's see. Yeah, and we can scroll, and it works, which is quite impressive for an old watch, but this does sometimes lag quite a bit on the ads, and the sound does jitter a bit in the beginning, but once it loads, it's perfect. All right, let's start. Okay, we're loading up. It's perfectly working, and the sound's working as well. Just put that up a bit. Yeah, but you can tell it is lagging a bit since we did that intensive stuff, but it's normal. It is very old. Yeah, you can tell it struggles a bit, but it works. So it works. Like, it's honestly a little bit of a pain to type and to wait for it to load and for the sound, but it's not bad. Once it loads, it works fine. All right, let's do the 8 now, which, as you can tell, it's a bit better in the RAM. It still has this in, so I'm gonna have to go to there to search. Yep. Okay, and then with this, since it obviously has way less bezels and is much bigger, like, it's still not like typing on a phone, but it is much easier than on the 4 here. Okay. Just drag that to the middle. And yeah, that did load significantly faster than the 4. I just go onto the channel. And yeah, that's it. We already have and I found that scrolling on this is quite a bit more smoother than on the 4. Let's see if the vid works properly.
Yeah, you guys, welcome back to the absolutely clipping comparison. We got
Wow, that is insane. That loaded very fast, and the sound works without no issues. So it's very impressive. YouTube playing full HD or 720p, one of those resolutions, and it sounds good, and it doesn't even lag. So that's quite impressive. So obviously the number 8 did win in this category, but the 4 wasn't bad either, you know. Okay, now we're gonna do music. I'm gonna see if YouTube Music can work on the 4 since it's not connected. I think it should be able to work. Okay, it's gonna load my account, so I gotta quickly take that out so my email doesn't get leaked. Okay, it's loading now. I found one thing is that the 4 struggles a lot with YouTube Music. Like look at that beautiful lag. Whereas the 8 is absolutely fine with it. I think because YouTube Music is quite intensive, but then if YouTube works fine, why does YouTube Music lag like hot garbage? Well, there's actually quite a bit of an answer. It's mainly because this watch is on the new software, whereas the internet doesn't really affect because, you know, Google's Google. Whereas these apps are always updating, so this old processor has to keep on pushing more power to even get it to work. And yeah, this is not gonna work, so that kind of sucks. So let's do a built-in song that I have here. Okay, we do have dynamize everything, and then I also have the gestures on that. So I'm gonna quickly look at what songs I have here and then see if we can match it with the H. Actually, I think I got a better idea. I will actually connect up the 8 because YouTube Music will have better quality and there will be more songs for us to choose from. So I'm gonna the 4 is connected now, which is great because the 8 I already have all of my playlists downloaded offline, so that's totally fine. Okay, let's go into YouTube Music on both now. As you can tell, the 4 just had a bit of a lag there. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. And yep, they were both pretty fast, but then the 4 has its nice laggy scrolling. No, this should be working because it is actually connected to it. This is weird. Yeah, the 4 really does struggle with YouTube Music a lot. Okay, we finally loaded up. Whew, that was a pain. Alright, let's do On and On Cartoon Remix. That took long. Is it even playing the sound? Yeah, you can see nice lag. Yep, it's working. Okay, that works great. Alright, now let's go into the 8s here and then get that same song. As you can tell, that stayed in the RAM, so obviously the RAM is already a bit better. And this is obviously way smoother. Okay, make sure it's on the max. And then this is on the max. It's obviously going to have to be on max because these are watches. These are not like a JBL Extreme 4, you know. It's not like it's going to blow our head up. Alright, let's start with the Watch 4. Yeah. See what I mean? YouTube Music is a pain on this. Watch speaker. Work, please. Oh. It's not playing the music, which sucks. Yeah, the 8 is working fine. Yeah, so the 4 is pretty bad on YouTube Music. Oh, come on, just work. Okay. What we're gonna do, we're gonna close the tab, open it up again, and then maybe not play with it too much so that it can just work the first time and that's it. So yeah, if you actually want like YouTube Music and songs offline, then yeah, you should definitely not get the Watch 4. It is too much of a pain to even just do YouTube Music, whereas the 8 does it completely fine. Okay, I have the song here. There we go, it's finally working. So right now we have it from the 4. I clicked back and it doesn't work. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna have to keep it on max sound, ensure that. And then just open it up and not touch the volume. What a glitch. Yeah, you can tell its age definitely is catching up because all of these new apps definitely do struggle on it. Let's go back into the playlist and find the song again. Okay, we have it right here. Okay, number 4, let's go. Well, this is quite a pain to work. This is embarrassing. It can do YouTube fine, but struggles with YouTube Music. But with the short sample, the speaker is fine. The volume is okay for watch, but it's got like quite a bit of a muffle, and you can tell it is distorting out quite a bit. All right, with the number 8 though, let's go back into there. There really isn't that much volume distance versus the Watch 4, but at least it can actually play music perfectly, unlike the 4, which lags a lot. But the clarity difference is insane. Like, other than the volume obviously being low since it's a watch, you could probably think that this is like a decent set of stereophone speakers. It's really not bad. Whereas with the Watch 4, you can tell that it is coming out from something little. Okay, let's do the final testing. This will be testing out some health functions and yeah, checking out some of the functions they have and the comfortability on the wrist. So I'm gonna push that back a bit so I can put this on. So I'm gonna start by putting on the 4. There's gonna be a bit of a pain since I have to lean across the table, but there we go. I usually do 2 for this. Sometimes I do 3, but 2 is usually the best because my arms are pretty small, but that fits on nice and tightly. There's not too much gappings in between, and it looks to be pretty comfortable. Now we're going to do the 8 on the opposite wrist, which I might struggle because I'm bad at putting on this wrist. So I think we'll put it on top of the 4 here. So usually I do 1 with this, like one of the straps, since it's obviously much bigger. But I think, yeah, now we can definitely go a bit more. No. Nope. Okay, that's just gonna have to stay hanging out, but doesn't matter. Okay, you can tell the size difference is pretty big on the wrist. There's a bit of a pain trying to go like that. Okay, there we go. Let me just get a seat. Just put the boxes in. Alright, that's much better. You can tell the size difference is pretty big. And yeah, both are pretty good. And let's start by testing out the heart rate on both. So last time they measured, they actually got both the exact same result, but let's do it now. Oh, I effed up. I did it too quick on the 4. Okay, 119 and 122. So they're slightly a bit more different, but since the Watch 8 has the new bioactive sensor, which is proven to be more accurate versus the older watch sensors, so the Watch 8 is definitely a bit more accurate, but they're still perfectly fine for knowing your heart rate. You know, they're not like medical machines, but they are quite accurate, and yeah, they're pretty good. Now they also do both have like stress tracking and obviously like heart rate and sleep tracking and all of that. But the 8 actually has a couple of other features like antioxidant index, vascular load when you sleep, and it also has the other feature which you have to do 3 nights to do it so the watch can understand or something. Yeah, it's pretty good. The battery life on both of these is 247 milliamp hours. This is pretty sure 440 or 435. So obviously the 8 has much better battery life, even though it hasn't like understand my usage patterns, and it still gets more battery life than this, which has already. So yeah, with this, especially with its age and its size, you're probably gonna get maximum 1 day of usage. Like, you know, you use it in the day, maybe like use it to track your sleep, and then in the morning you're probably gonna have to charge it. Whereas with the 8, you might actually be able to get 2 days with it. So 2 days of sleep tracking, 2 days of usage, if you're not too heavy on it. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this quick little review here. Thanks for watching, and the micro wireless review will be coming soon. And yeah, peace out.